Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today, Dr. Moazzam is again with you. The topic that I've selected today is based on certain realistic demand from the parents who are migrating from foreign countries and they want to bring their children to Pakistan. This is a very, very important topic. Reason being that once parents start bringing their children to Pakistan, just to familiarize them with the local culture and norms of our society, it sometimes become quite challenging. In my experience, I have dealt with hundreds of such students and such parents who plan that their children should be studying in Pakistan once they come to high school or middle school. So there are lots of factors that need to be considered once a main decision has to be made before migration to this part of the country or to Pakistan. The few things that I've observed is that once families shifted there, husband and wife are having good time, they have increased their family, and there are children who first go to the junior school, Montessori, junior, and once the students join middle school, they are exposed to certain information that is not very much coherent with our systems in Pakistan and for Muslims. So parents start thinking about it, now how to go about it, especially girls. Once girls cross age of 9, 10, parents, they feel, oh, they are getting all kind of information and they are being guided from all perspectives about socialization, meeting. Then they think, oh, where will we end up with? Here I'll start share a little experience with you that once I was doing my master's in some European countries, and I was traveling from one city to another, and it was a 4 hours run on train. So I was sitting, and one Asian, he came to me, he said that, may I sit with you? I said, okay, sit down. And he started having discussion with me. And he was in his 40s and I was in 30s. I started asking questions that what should I do and what was his experience. He said that I was 22, 3 years of age once he got married with his cousin who was residing in that country. And then as most of our nation, they feel that something very, very different is happening in those countries. So he went there and was very happy initially. Then they had family also, and his children were around 13, 14 teenagers. So in a nutshell, I asked him that what is your feeling now? He said that he had a car, own house, and rest of the things. And he said that I had earned money, but I think that I have lost my generations. As children will not be with me, I know that the way they are being groomed now, I don't think so that they'll be able to take care of me in future. It is not a math formula, but generally the general practices and general observations. Now I come to the point that once parents bring their children to Pakistan, and there are a few things that those need to be taken care of. One is that do discuss it with the children. And they have to be convinced that yes, because of these factors, we are moving to Pakistan. And if they are not convinced, I'm telling you, right, whatever is the age, but I'm telling you that it becomes sometimes uphill task. And the thing is that they do not settle. And once we bring them to Pakistan, few factors generally that I had observed, normally we decide the time when there is extreme weather, like summers, May, June. And then we do another thing on top of it, we take them to our villages. We take them to the joint family where there's lots of rush at homes. Initially for 2-3 days it's fine, but once they find out to settle down, then things become very, very difficult. They are not used to it. And another person that has to be convinced is your wife. She has to be very, very much convinced. I've observed that sometimes the family starts creating, start developing pressure, because spouse is not very much willing to come to this country, because she had to, so lifestyle is altogether different. And then it is directly, kind of leaves a kind of negative impact on children. They are already just at the settling stage, so they find it difficult to settle down. And another thing is, once both husband and wife are not shifting, father says, you go back to Pakistan, settle down, and then he comes back to the same country and starts his job. It becomes another problem for the lady to take care of all the new environment. You know that it's not that easy. Whosoever your relations are in Pakistan, but they may not be able to handle the issues as husband can handle. Because everybody has their own kind of assignments to do. So once you people are making a decision to shift to Pakistan, why we, as I've already told you, all stakeholders have to be convinced that they want to go back, and these are the reasons. Only then this migration can be successful. And age is very, very much important. We have to bring them to Pakistan if they are under 10. Only then the probability of settling down becomes faster. But if they have gone to high school or middle school, then the probability of settling down becomes very, very difficult. I've seen that one of the students who was brought at the initial stage of A-levels and final stage of O-levels, and she settled down. She came, she did not agree. She was put up in a interior city house where her grandfather was living, and the father went back, and mother and siblings were here. So she, every second day, she used to come up with this excuse, oh, I have tummy ache, I am not feeling well, oh, the weather is so extreme. And after spending 1 year, she contacted the embassy herself that I am a citizen of your country, so I'm not comfortable, I've brought to this part of the world, so I want to go back. So these are implications that we need to take care before making a decision. And right age is very, very much mandatory. Another thing that we need to be careful is that the place you are going to Pakistan, there are 2-3 things that need to be taken care of mainly. One is language. Language has to be, local language has to be taught to the children once before bringing them here, so that they should not feel as if they are strangers. They have to be, they should be comfortable, because once they go to schools, easy Urdu will be taught, but again, they should be able to converse. Only then, and if they can develop a kind of friendship, they need to have a kind of awareness of culture, awareness of how to talk to others, how to socialize with each other. All these things are there, plus academic pressure. The thing is that academics in Pakistan are little more challenging than the European countries, and from where people are migrating. So we have to guide them. We have to put them at home for some time, so that their things should be very, very much, acceptable for the children, and they should be used to it. Because over here there is a relaxed environment of learning. Not much homework, as such proper testing system. Here, all these things are there, and multiple subjects are also taught. So these things we have to be careful. And first of all, acceptance, then settling down. Start giving them a kind of guidance. And they have to be in a similar environment where they should be over there in their previous country, so that the gap or the implications or the challenges should be minimized. Another thing is that do not expect that my child was over there performing so high in academics, and here he or she is not reaching to the mark. That is not very much important, because we need to settle down the children. They have to first develop an acceptance. Set realistic targets. It's okay. If you pass or fail, I don't mind. It's fine. You just put in your effort, beta. And plus, do involve them in extracurricular or co-curricular activities, so that they should develop some kind of liking for the local cultures. And another thing, that do guide them the norms about this society, how to talk to elders, how to behave with different people, how to behave with strangers, and how to take care of each other. And dressing is very, very much important. We may not be developing a kind of habit in the children to wear the similar kind of dress as they were using, because here over there people are not bothered. But here in Pakistan, they have to follow the norms. So dressing, how to dress up, how to greet, what kind of words should be spoken. Sometimes over there the slang words are used by the students a lot, but here we do not accept those slang words in our families or in the kind of in the class culture. So it has to be taken care of. Another thing that need to be taken care of is we have to develop a kind of sympathy, because we are bringing a change in the environment. So empathize with them, talk to them. Whatever emotional gaps they are being developed because of shifting, fill in those emotional gaps through your talk, through your kind of care. And once you develop these things, you'll see that this is not an unattainable target. I've seen students who are brought to Pakistan, they are showing remarkable performance in academics and otherwise also. They tend to be very, very much well behaved. They tend to be very, very much good groomed. But main role was played by the parents through their effort and through the kind of monitoring. Another thing is that do develop a routine for the children. It should not be a casual routine. They should be taught, these are your timings, these are your follow-up of timetable. You'll study, you'll have fun, you can go for sports, extracurricular activities. So those routine has to be not only set, but also to be monitored. Do monitor academic progress. That has to be, it's a very, very serious, kind of point, that what is the point of bringing them here if they are not following, producing some better academic results. So academic monitoring is also very much important. Once you talk to them, discuss it with them, do show them your own culture, take them to the relatives, do invite relatives to your place, so that, and it's not some students settle down. It's observed that if there are 3 siblings brought to Pakistan, 1 or 2 settles down like anything, but 1 is creating lots of disturbance. They find it very difficult for 1 child, while the rest of 2 are very, very comfortably settled. But it's a very, very normal act. If we give time to them, if we develop open communication, if we provide them with the environment, if we give them kind of enjoyment activities that in the form, whatever is the liking of the child, like sports, like kind of fun, in the form of socialization within limits, then I don't think so that things become difficult. So selection of age, at what age we are bringing them to this country, and plus acceptance. Whatever facilities you have provided, if the child has not accepted and convinced, child and his mother, then I can, there are very, very high percentage that child may not be settled in Pakistan. So once you are making this decision of shifting the children, kindly do consider these facts, and I'm sure, inshallah, if you are willing and Allah Ta'ala's will, inshallah, you'll see that you'll be able to attain the success, and the children can be settled in this country comfortably and successfully. Jazakumullah khair.